It is always a pleasure to take a .22 caliber handgun to the range, and the Ruger SR22 does not change that. It has been said that Ruger simply copied the Walther P22 with its SR22. While a comparison between the two is not going to happen in this range session, one will happen, eventually. With that said, let me get on with evaluating the Ruger SR22's handling characteristics and relative accuracy, at least in my hands. For today's fodder, CCI 22 LR 40 grain standard velocity, a few CCI 40 grain Minimag 22 LR, and a number of Federal 40 grain solid lead target grade performance ammunition. As my usual, I'll let you know when I am shooting each as I progress through the session. Magazine reliability is always a concern when rimmed cartridges like the .22 long rifle is used. One must ensure that the rim of each round loaded is in front of the rim of the cartridge previously loaded, creating a forward staggered effect, like a staircase of sorts. That way, when the top round is chambered, it doesn't attempt to pull the next round with it, which can cause a jam, and a few expletive words to be uttered under the breath or out loud. Words like gosh, darn, golly gee willikers. All right, so what caused the failure of the slide to lock back on an empty magazine? Well, I'm going to tell you why. With the standard Ruger magazine without an extended floor plate, the slide locked back every time. Failure to lock back was with Ruger magazines with the extended floor plate, which adds an additional 5 rounds, which makes for 15 rounds in the magazine in lieu of 10. If you look at the images, you will see that the front edge of the follower on the standard Ruger magazine tilts a bit more forward than does the follower of the magazine with the extended floor plate. With the load assist button installed, this button forces the follower into this position and keeps it there. The lack of a forward follower tilt is due to the load assist button not being installed, which when pushed down will interfere with the loading of 15 rounds in the magazine, as the follower is forced to stop short by the load assist button. The follower bottoms out for a 10-round capacity, cannot be pressed further downward to load additional rounds. With the load assist button installed, the forward lip of the follower is forced forward, thus catching the slide lock and moving it up, which subsequently locks the slide into place at the rear end of its travel. In other words, if you decide to use the extended floor plate to allow for more rounds in the magazine, the pistol loses its ability to lock back on the empty magazine. There is therefore a trade-off: more rounds and a load assist button not installed, or less rounds but locking back on an empty magazine with a load assist button installed. I leave the decision up to the viewer. Personally, I prefer a magazine that locks the slide back when empty. That's just me. If you like range guns and fun plinkers, this gun will provide you with literally hours of fun at a tenth of the cost of shooting a 9mm or other larger caliber centerfire pistol. If you have a family or are teaching someone new to firearms to shoot, the Ruger SR22 just may be a good piece to start them off. As far as accessories, the SR22 does not have a ton of extra accessories for the gun, but the gun does allow you to change out the front sight, so you can buy something like the high-vis SR22. Outside of your normal holsters, there aren't many accessories. There are a couple of unique SR22 products on the market, one of them being a compensator, another being a bumper for the magazines. So if you have large hands, the bumper will extend the magazine down, much like other handgun magazine extensions. One last accessory is spring options. There is a Sentinel stainless steel captured spring guide rod that is available, as well as green springs, which claims to reduce failure to feed issues and replace the magazine springs. Alright, my friends, I am at the end of another review, and once again, closing yet another chapter in the Range Ronin Chronicles. I hope that you can join me again, as I would sure love to see you. Until we do hook up in the future, take care of yourselves, be vigilant, armed, and stay safe out there.